the reigning series champion, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney. Okay, if you have a question for either Joey or Ryan, please raise your hand. We'll get you a mic. We'll start up here to the right with Jenna, and then go around the room.
We're going to open with some real hard-hitting stuff here. Joey, you posted about your hair in the off-season. We all have seen it, we got it, but Bob is still getting daily questions about it that he's having to answer. So now that we have you here...
You're asking for Bob? That's so nice of you.
Now that we have you here, so that Bob can let all the viewers know, tell us, what you did and what made you decide to do it.
Yeah, so I've been battling with alopecia for quite some time, where it just kind of comes and goes, and along with just male pattern balding at the same time. And Hair Club reached out and said, hey, we got a great fix for you. And I said, great, let me hear about it. And they got a lot of different avenues you can go, a lot of different things for people that are going through stuff. And there's a lot of really cool pieces that went along with it, ways that we can tie into the foundation as well moving forward. So they had a fix for me. They got probably a fix for about everybody. And so I went with that, and now I look 10 years younger.
Let's see.
I'm like the old days again, huh? I'm back, so it's good.
What has the reaction been? And you're saying that. I'm assuming, are you feeling more confident or something? Because you're like, I'm back. I'm 10 years younger.
Yeah, I mean that's. I look better and I feel, which is good. But yeah, no, it's like I said, it was like I said, it's a good opportunity to kind of. For one, like, I do a lot of things on TV and things that I notice, and this isn't really uncommon for people to do it. It's probably uncommon for people to talk about it for whatever reason. People don't really talk about this stuff, or they try to keep it secretive. But hey, I'm pretty much an open book at this point, and I don't mind talking about things like that.
Thank you.
Go to Bob.
I just wanted to follow up because, the reaction on social has been mixed. I'm curious, have you read much about it, and what's your reaction to the reaction?
I read through some of it. Honestly, it only matters what I think about it. And really, honestly, actually, the only person that really matters is my wife. You guys probably understand that. She likes it, so we're good to go.
Go to Jerry.
Jerry Jordan, kicking the tires on that. I've got two, but the first one, Joe, is any of the other drivers in the garage hit you up for your
Yes.
deal?
Yes.
Harvick, or who else?
I got many text messages from a lot, from a lot of people I know, wondering what to do and who to call. So I've hooked up quite a few people already.
Awesome.
You need some?
Probably so. Probably so. We can find a banner spot on the website.
There you go.
Say, are you ready to get back in the car? Are you ready for the off season to be over with? And same for you, Ryan, to get back in behind the wheel and start racing and go forward. Absolutely.
I know I'm not anywhere near the end of my career because can't wait to get back in a race car, right? And that's kind of to me, the telltale sign of where you're at. And I was very excited about just getting back out here and racing again. So coming back to the LA Coliseum, seeing the track again, the excitement's the same as it was last year. Maybe you feel a little bit more comfortable this year because we know a little bit more about what we're about to get into. But yeah, it's definitely very exciting.
Yeah, nice to be back.
Sorry.
How's your hair?
I'm losing more and more every day.
Are you?
I'm getting old now.
I got you, bro.
They got stuff for the face because mine fell off my face too. So.
We'll go to John in the center here, then Holly, then Zach.
JohnNewbyHeavy.com. Ryan, Fox said that you're going to be back in the booth at Daytona, and I know you've done it many times over the past couple of years. What is it that keeps bringing you back?
Yeah, I'm doing a handful of races for them this year, and something I have been doing more and more, whether it's the booth or like the hubs, and I really just enjoy the booth. Gives you a neat perspective on, for me, it gives me a neat perspective on the race. It's different watching up there than watching from the bus or anywhere else. And, I feel like the more kind of current driver insight you can give to the fan watching at home is great. The people they have working up in the booths are really talented, who work up there week to week, but I think if you can get some drivers in there like they have been doing, whether it's Fox or NBC, it's just really good if you can kind of spew out of what, okay, hey, I felt this in practice today, maybe look for this in this race, or kind of can explain a situation maybe a little bit more just because you're more experienced on that side. So something I really enjoy doing. Like I said, a handful is enough for me. I don't want to be up there every single week. But yeah, I think just some of the knowledge that a current driver can give is helpful for the person watching at home.
Okay, and is there anything weirder than dealing with the snow delay in Las Vegas?
With the what?
With the snow delay during a broadcast?
Yeah, I was on a streak there for a while where it was raining or snowing in weird places, and like it snowed in Vegas, it rained in Phoenix, and it was whenever I was in the booth, so I didn't know what was going on. But the delays do stink, but you make the best of it. But hopefully we're over that hump.
Go to Holly.
Hey, Ryan. I just wanted to ask you a little bit about your mindset coming into this season. I know you had near misses last year and times that you were frustrated, or do you kind of look at that as, that's all part of a long career? There are going to be seasons like that. Is it even possible to be more motivated this year? I imagine you always come in at the top.
Yeah, and definitely after the year we had last year of kind of missed opportunities and not having the best of years and things like that, not winning, and you feel like it makes you more motivated than ever. And really how our season ended, I would say motivates me the most. Even without the wins in the regular season or things like that, I messed up 2 of the races in the round 8. And it kept us from getting to Phoenix, and we had a car that could, contend at Phoenix for sure. So that, that kind of stinks. And you look back at that, like, man, I kind of disappointed in yourself when you're the one who inflicts, both of those mistakes. But yeah, I think everyone's motivated, and I feel like as a driver, as you get older, your mindset is, trying not to dwell on those things too hard, and just learn from them and move on, and realize you're going to have good years and bad years. And you just try to figure out a way to, come off the bad years and turn them into good years and take the positives out of it and apply it. So I think that's kind of what fuels our team. I've got a great group, and they're very deserving to race at Phoenix and win races. And I think what we've learned last year can hopefully be applied to this one. So,
Go to Zach.
Zach, excuse me, Zach Sterniel, NASCAR.com. Joey, for you, as the defending champion of this race, you got to experience kind of the celebration tour that came along with this. The atmosphere of this place, how important is it that we're here for a second consecutive year to build on the momentum that was gained with an event like this last year?
Yeah, last year, this was one of the biggest risks, if not the biggest risk our sport has ever taken. When you think of the track that we're racing at, brand new cars that have never been raced before, in front of a lot of new fans that have never seen a race before. This could have been really bad. It was like, I was very nervous going, this could be really bad for the sport. And it was great, right? You think about the race was really good. The heat races, the last chance qualifiers, each race kind of had its own, feel and personality. And then the feature was good. There's good racing. There's concerts in between. It was a spectacular week, I thought, out here to be able to pull this one off. It seems crazy, right? When they told us the first time that we're doing what, where, how, with brand new cars, okay. But it worked out great, and that's obviously why we're back again. And not really many things have changed, and the things that have are just making even better for the fan experience. So this is great. I think it's added something to the Clash in general. It was special when it was in Daytona to win at Daytona is special. But I think last year, after going through the whole weekend and being able to win the race, the excitement and the amount of eyeballs that were watching were far more than what it would have been at the Clash, to where I would almost look at the Clash win last year as one of my biggest victories. And I don't think there's many non-points paying races that you'd ever say that about. But just the fact that it was an inaugural event at a stage like this was really cool.
And then I know separately at Millbridge, saw you there with Hudson. How special was that just to get him on the racetrack and kind of relive your own kind of glory days? Was there any of that? What was just that day like for you?
We had fun. His crew chief, which is me, is lost as last year's Easter egg. I can tell you that much. No idea what the heck we're doing. No idea what gear to put in the car, how much air to put in the tires. And I need someone to help me unload the car from the truck just had a pickup truck, and I figured, what do I need? It's a go-kart, you know, what do I need? But we had a lot of fun, and he's decent on the speed. We're a little bit off on the raceability stuff, right? Like the restarts and the passing cars and all that. But we just want to have some fun together. That's kind of what it's all about right now. So a lot of times I take my Legends car, and he takes his little outlaw cart, and we go play around together. It's fun.
Go to Jeff.
So this is, in theory, the same track as last year, except they tore it up and completely repaved it. So, like, when you're preparing for this race and setting up for this race, are you just assuming that every little bump and whatever is going to be exactly the same, or are you going to have to figure out in practice if anything's different? Like, what could there be that makes a difference?
We walked the track earlier. It looks the same to me. That being said, once you get out there and drive a race car on it, you start to notice little differences and things like that. But there's no two corners created the same at any racetrack you go to. I doubt they can make it identical, but it doesn't look much different. It looks pretty similar. In preparing for the race, we went off of what we had last year, right? Just because that's kind of all you know. The things we fought last year most likely are going to be the same issues that we fight this year. The track being brand new, going through practices, I assume the track's going to keep getting faster and picking up. It's going to be hard to tune on your car for that reason. And how the racing is and those things. You go back on what happened last year, that's all you got. More than we had last year, though.
Go here in the front. Blue shirt.
Nick Charles Curry, Annenberg Media. Last year, it seemed like track temperature was pretty impactful for qualifying. Do you think that'll be the case again this year? And do you think that'll be more impactful in the race as well, with it being a night race?
Yeah, I don't know. Last year in qualifying, it was definitely pretty cold. I don't know if it'll be as cold as it is, tonight as what it was last year. But, that was pretty big, trying to get heat in your stuff. I think, as we get closer to qualifying here, being similar to the start of the race time, I feel like there's some things you can kind of learn. Seems like it's going to be a little bit colder tomorrow from what I see. But, when you have such a short track like this, heat's like imperative of getting going. Just you have nowhere to build it. So it's like it's like kind of Martinsville doubled, really. We always talk about trying to get heat in your stuff at Martinsville, and this is even harder to do that. So qualifying, start of the race, restarts, that's huge to try to get heat in your stuff, and you're going to see guys doing all they can, burnouts, locking tires up, like just trying to get everything they can, because it's really important and it's really hard to do.
We'll wrap up with Greg.
Greg Engel, Forbes. I just want to, from a sponsor standpoint, Joey, the hair wasn't necessarily, and I know it's funny and stuff, but I think it's important to talk about. It wasn't just vanity. You have been diagnosed with alopecia. Is that it? So it was probably pretty cool to have a sponsor pitch
It's great to have for everyone, it's an avenue for everything, right? And there's nothing wrong with trying to make yourself look good, right? Where do you go to the gym? Well, you want to be healthy, you want to look good, right? Same things here, right? I had the opportunity to do this and felt like it was the right move. And so, it all kind of worked out great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ryan, Joey, thank you so much for the time. Good luck tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, guys.